Yeah, see, that's that start position. Like, I love that. Good?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I'll be scared.
All right.
Stand by.
Good morning, Misfits. We have a brand new movement coming to the blog soon, the deficit deadlift, and we would like to talk you guys through why we're doing it, how to do it, all that fun stuff. The deficit deadlift facilitates an understanding of the first and second pull of the deadlift by forcing you to do the first pull right. Every time you walk up to a barbell, whether it's, deadlifts in a Metcon, deadlifts in a strength piece, you have the option to do it right, to drive your feet into the floor, to use leg drive, or unfortunately, you also have the option to use your erectors, and we all know how that goes. When you do it right through that first pull, the second pull is normally, kind of just sort of a natural progression of movement. But when we lift the bar off the floor with our back, typically you start to see the weird stuff, the Castro, like wiggle, like going through kind of all these crappy positions. So Hunter is gonna go ahead and step up onto the plate right now to create that deficit. And we're gonna talk about his setup position a little bit here. Go ahead and address the bar like you're gonna deadlift. Now it's important in this setup position that he still has his hips between his knees and his shoulders. Hunter normally has his butt a little bit higher than this, but because he's in that deficit, he's gonna have to get a little bit lower, and again, that's gonna force the leg drive. Quick sort of caution here, we do not want a clean deadlift. Can you go ahead and show me what that position looks like? Hands get a little bit wider, we kind of pull up into that position. That is going to be for the squat clean. We want to make sure that this position is for your kind of traditional deadlift. So go ahead and get back into your setup position now. Really important in this first pull, he is driving through his feet and getting his knees out of the way. Now, as he starts to come up to his knee here, you'll notice that he's in a really strong position, back stays flat, and if he does this right, again, the second half of this movement should be very natural. He should lock his knees out, use his glutes to push his hips forward, and as we go down, we trace that same path. Hips go back, bar passes the knee, then we can drop. He's gonna drive up one more time to the knee for me. He's in a great position here. Lock the knees out, use the glutes to push the hips through, and go ahead and come back down. So again, kind of a simple movement here, but because he has to get lower to do this movement right, he really needs that leg drive. And if you can understand how to use leg drive, open workouts like the 21-15-9 back-to-back become a lot more doable because you're doing this movement efficiently. We've seen a lot of athletes make some really big changes in their deadlift form that actually translates over to the Metcon. Now, one word of caution here. This plate that he's standing on right now is 2.5, 2 3/4. We're calling for a 3-inch deficit. This should be personalized just a little bit. If you cannot get into a position where you're using that leg drive and maintaining that flat back, we can go to a 1-inch deficit, 1.5, 2-inch. We want to make sure that this works for you personally and you're not like jacking up your spine just because you're trying to follow the exact thing that we said. So again, the deficit deadlift is going to be coming up on the blog very soon. Really try to use it to facilitate leg drive. We're not going really high percentages here. We're really going for an understanding of the movement, and you'll get enough reps in that you'll also be able to get strong at the same time. Good luck. Let us know how it goes.